What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here for the NFL Week 17 2017 pregame live chat and preview. It's just going to be a quick 10 minutes here. There's no one else to join me today, so I'm just going to talk about the games that I'm looking forward to this week. Any questions you have, quickly get them to me so I can talk about them in the last, couple of minutes. But there's not a lot happening. I heard a couple reports about some players not playing for like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're resting a bunch of their guys. And, the Carolina Panthers Atlanta game is probably the game I'm looking forward to the most. That game should be exciting. Carolina, they don't need to really win this game per se, but it would be nice. It's always nice to kick off your rival and get them out of the playoffs, of course. So that's always good if they can do that. And I'm looking forward to that game because I think, I really was interested from what I saw the first time around when these two teams played. Carolina dominated a lot of that game. It was a close game, but Carolina dominated a lot of that game. They fumbled a couple times, as I remember, and that wasn't the same Carolina offense that we're seeing now, which has been much improved. So it's going to be interesting to see how Atlanta defends Carolina and then how Atlanta plays at home with the money on the line, with their chance to go to the playoffs on the line. Because we've seen Atlanta tends to choke in these situations. But they're at home. You would have to think that with everything on the line that they should pull this one out. So that's going to be a very interesting game. A lot of games to look forward to. If you're an AFC fan, Baltimore-Cincinnati is a huge game because it actually dictates a lot that's happening right now. So if Baltimore wins, they're in and they're the 5th seed. If they lose, they open the door for Buffalo. They open the door for the Chargers. They open the door for the Titans. They open the door for basically everybody in the AFC. So if Baltimore loses, that's going to totally change what a lot of people think the playoff picture is going to look like, because a lot of people are assuming Baltimore is going to win this game. You never know. I mean, Baltimore should win this game. And this is one of the primetime games today. There's like 7 of them. But Cincinnati is a team that's on their last legs that's probably going to fight their hardest for Marvin Lewis in his last game. And they're a rival. And this is going to be, I think it's going to be a close game. The Chargers in Oakland is a huge game. Obviously, if the Chargers win, they have to have the Titans lose. So then going to the Titans and the Jaguars, that's a massive game. It depends what the Jaguars really do. I have not been able to check the reports for the Jaguars. I'm going to actually right now just to see if they're sitting anyone. But I think they're going to be playing all out. So that would mean that if you're a Titans fan, your team needs to win it at home to get into the playoffs. If the Titans win, they're in. If the Titans lose, they're out. If the Titans lose, again, that opens the door for the Chargers. If the Chargers win, the Titans lose, the Chargers are in. If Buffalo gets losses from, I believe it's the Chargers and the Titans, or maybe it's the Chargers and the Ravens. I think it's the Chargers and the Titans. If those teams both lose, then Buffalo is in if they beat Miami. But that's not even going to be easy, just beating Miami by itself. So it doesn't seem like they're sitting anybody here for Jacksonville. I think everybody is basically playing. But I think for Jacksonville also, it's going to be interesting just to see, is their team going to be ready to go come playoff time? Because they only have, 1 week left to get it right because they had a really sloppy game last week and they haven't been playing their best football. So that's going to be interesting. If you're an NFC fan, I think I covered everything in the AFC pretty well. Obviously, if the Steelers win, they basically, open the door for the home field against Cleveland, but it seems like they're resting Bell, Ben, all their big players, obviously Brown. So the Browns have a chance to win their first game. We'll see if they can do it against Landry Jones. I'm not sure. The Patriots, if they win, they secure the first seed, and that's basically what the Steelers are thinking. The Patriots aren't going to lose this game against the Jets, so the Steelers are basically thinking, hey, let's just get ahead of it and let's just rest our guys. If you're an NFC fan, if you're an NFC fan, other than the Atlanta game to pay attention to, basically the Atlanta game is everything, because if Atlanta loses, then Seattle can get in with a win against Arizona. And that's basically all you really need to know for the wild card. For the other games, the Rams are resting just about everybody. The 49ers should be able to pick up a victory there. That means that the 49 or the LA Rams should probably drop to 11-5. If they don't, if they stay at 12-4, they will finish the 3rd seed. If they drop to 11-5, they'll finish the 4 seed, as long as New Orleans beats the Tampa Bay Bucks. So if you're a New Orleans fan, if New Orleans wins and the Rams lose, you're the 3 seed, which would mean you'd probably play the Seahawks or the Falcons. If the Panthers need a lot of help to get the bye, but if they win and if Minnesota and the Saints and the Rams lose, they get the bye. So it's possible, but probably not. Those are basically all the situations. If the Vikings win, they have a bye. If the Saints win and the Vikings lose, the Saints have a bye. And I think, no, that's not true. Take away what I said there. The Saints can only get the 3 seed because they lost to the Vikings. So that's everything, I believe. In terms of like actual importance, it's going to be interesting to see what the Eagles do against the Cowboys, if they play players, if they don't play players, if Nick Foles plays at all, because this is a guy that's only played for 3 weeks, and you're getting ready for playoff football, and you're having to sit for a couple weeks. So that's my thoughts on the games. Let's get to the comments real quick. So Ghost Skittle says, sup guys, what's going on, Ghost Skittle? Marco says, come here to say Cowboys suck. Happy New Year. Yeah, Cowboys do suck. Nothing else to really say. If Dilly was here, I'm sure he would say something really dumb, but he's not here. So Mr. Mike says, I think Carolina wants this game more than people think. Maybe. I don't really know. Michael says, why Tampa keeping their coach? I have no idea. I think it's because I think Jameis Winston actually likes him. So that's something to be said about that. If your quarterback, which they trust their franchise in, is a big fan of your coach, then you're probably going to keep your coach. Mr. Mike says, I think Matt Ryan is a choke artist. I know that you're a Seahawks fan, so you're saying all of this just to basically, you know, be positive for your Seahawks. Mr. Mike says, yeah, Jacksonville will be playing hard, trying to get playoff ready. I would think so, but we'll see. Raider8189 says, Gruden is back to Oakland. Todd Downing for the Browns head coach, LOL. Yeah, they said that they're going to offer a huge contract to Gruden, and if that's the case, he probably will go. It always seemed like Gruden was going to go to the Bucs, which maybe will happen, but the Raiders make sense as well. He coached there too. And I think that the Gruden hire would be just with what Oakland needs, in my opinion, because I think Oakland needs a guy that can come in there and be hard on their players and kind of be that sort of guy and not necessarily be the pep talk, Jason Garrett, Jack Del Rio sort of guy. So I think they need a change in pace when it comes to the head coach. Ghost Skittle says Baltimore wins. Raiders says Baltimore is going to join my Raiders on the couch. Bodo says a tear slowly falls from my cheek into my 40 as I slowly pour out for all these dead teams that didn't make the playoffs. Then I realize I'm a Steelers fan. I got 4 more weeks. I smile with joy. Well, Bodo, Steelers got a chance this year. BLV NHL says, hey, guys, look at Mitch's commitment beauty. What's going on? I think it's John. What's going on, man? Congratulations to the BLV NHL with 1,000 subs. Doing great over there. A lot of commitment, covering World Juniors, covering NHL. So go check them out if you haven't already. I'm sure a lot of you have. Vaughn Hook says the Titans should fire their coach. I would also think that, you know, they might consider firing their coach. It's going to be interesting, but like if they don't make the playoffs, then the door opens. If they make the playoffs, then all of a sudden they're where they thought they would be, and then you never know. So if they make the playoffs, there's almost no chance of him being fired. Mr. Mike says, no, seriously, I think Matt Ryan is really a choke artist. He's like Romo. He'll get you W's in meaningless games, but when the pressure is on, he can't come through. Steelers win versus the Browns, says Vaughn Hook. Hey, the Browns are going to win, damn it. And if you guys didn't see the predictions video, I made 10 different picks than Dilly Vanilli. 10. So if I win all 10, I come back in the picks. It's going to be big time today. It's a lot of upsets need to happen, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy Week 17. Hopefully your team picks up victories unless you're the New York Jets. And from Mitch at the Bottom Line View, sorry Kev and Dylan couldn't be here, but I hope you enjoy the games. They're just about to start now. So I'll see you later. See ya probably tonight for a week recap. I'll probably be there at the very least. We'll see what happens. Thanks, guys, for joining me. See you later. Subscribe, like the video. Peace out.